We've entered the AI age. Bold and strong leadership isn't just an advantage, it's a necessity. How are you, Yaniv?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good, very good. So let's do a quick introduction and let's dive into this conversation.
So
Go ahead.
I'm Yaniv Even-Haim. I'm the Week CTO.
And I'm Aviran. I'm the VP Engineering. So, Yaniv, you and I joined Wix almost together 15 years ago. It was 2010. Wow, it was a long time ago. So a lot of things changed during that time. How's your definition of leadership evolved and the thing got changed as the company scaled? It's an interesting topic.
Yeah. So I think when we joined, there was dozens of engineers in the company. We're very small.
Yes,
So I think
two teams, only two teams.
So in the beginning, we were mainly focused on how we creating the engineering foundation and the culture. Okay, it was lots of focus on us. And then when the business scale, then we started to have all the scalability issues. So how we scale the infrastructure, how we scale the organization, recruitment. Okay, so I think we doubled the size of the company almost every year. Okay, so this was lots of focus on scaling and recruitment and maintaining culture and so on. And I think in the last years, mainly after Corona, we had more focus on how we keep the business grow, but without the need to double the company every year, okay? So we need to be more productive. And as you said, quality become very important because our users are now relying on us a lot, and we need to make sure we provide them a quality service.
Yes, we had a mind shift change from a startup that runs very fast, it doesn't want to just bring things out to the market, into like a big company that takes care of their customers and care about what the products we're bringing out to the market.
Yes, and so leadership is changing according to business needs, but there are some things that I believe always important, and making sure that everyone understands the vision, give an example, lead by example. Okay, the things that are very important even become more important when the company is bigger because you have more layers, people less know what is going on in all the company.
You don't know everyone.
Yeah.
No.
So
we started, we know everyone by name. Now it's getting hard.
Yeah. So it's very important that we make sure that everyone understands the vision and the managers understand the vision. They can make sure their employees know the vision when we are going.
So speaking about vision, we are living in a very interesting era now. With AI. So Wix has committed to be an AI-first company. So what does it mean? How do we tell the vision? What's the practicality of the day-to-day of the engineering activities with this mindset?
So I would say that first we are work in progress. Okay, we are still with this is changing every day. And I think we understood very fast it's a mega change. No, it's not a regular change. You and me were in the internet change. So we work in the industry before the internet and then after, which was the huge change.
We had to read books.
Yes. But I think nothing is compared to this type of change. So I think first time is understanding and understand the magnitude of the change. And I think practically, I would say looking on my calendar or my time, so if it used to be, let's speak about it, 5% of my time was there, I think more than 50% of my time is now around AI stuff, okay? And it's become more and more.
It's all they think about at the hallways, at the kitchens. That's all the discussions are around AIs.
Yes, and we also, we took some of our most strong engineers, okay, took them out of what they are doing and let them start working on AI, okay? And because we want to make sure that we are getting more and more knowledge on that. And we started looking on everything we are doing on R&D, trying to understand what can be, in what stuff AI can be applied, what area, and we didn't look only on coding. So we're looking on all places, starting POCs with things. And I think that yesterday or the day before, we just launched the training for all
big event.
big events. Okay, so it's more than 1,000 engineers that register.
Yes,
And starting
1,300 engineers
1,300
registered,
and
over 100 sessions.
wide training for all engineers and provide them with tools. So, and also focus on mindset shift. So I found myself doing lots of talks with leaders and managers about how to start thinking differently. Okay, this is a big change.
Do you think they need convincing?
I don't think it's about convincing. I think everybody understands the magnitude of what's happening. But I think the type of the technology is something that is not easy to grasp, okay? Because it's the first time we have a technology that allow you to take smart decision on runtime, okay? So we use an engineer to say, okay, we will think about the problem, we will find solution, and we code them, okay? So we do the hard part of decision making on the design time, on the coding time.
So we have to think about all the options.
Yeah, and I think the first time that you have technology that can do it for you on runtime, not only on build time, it's a big mindset shift. And I think that we all need to make sure that people getting used to things like that. So it's not just understanding the importance. Okay, so everything is affected, as we said, leadership, managers, recruitment, and how do you think that we can navigate on this type of change and shift of hiring and talent management?
Well, yeah, that's a very big change in terms of everything that we do. And you touched about management, even especially on technical management, where, most of the time you become a manager where you're the best technical person in the room. That's how you become a team lead, you become the group manager. Now it's the first time that you as a manager are no longer the expert. So it takes a lot of changing in the mindset of manager to understand where is my place as a manager. And also a lot of opportunities where the AI actually gives them, superpowers.
Yes.
If let's say if a group manager almost have zero time to look at the code or understand the code, now with a simple prompt, the AI can actually explain what they're doing. So it's giving them the superpower. They don't have to be the experts in the room, but
they have to understand the technology very good. They should use it.
Yes, okay. They have to understand everything, and also give us a lot of challenges in recruiting, because what type of people do we need? And especially, a company like Wix, where we have like massive recruitment programs. So until AI, we could, for instance, send homework or do like an online coding sessions with people. Now AI can probably solve most of the challenges. So how can we recruit at scale? What type of how do we change the exams, the tests, the skills that we're looking at people in the AI area?
But you allow them to use AI.
Yes, we actually do change the way that we test people, and it's actually preferable now for people to be versed and experienced with AI as much as they can. We can't look for people with 5 years experience in AI, but one thing, for instance, that we look for in people is their openness to use the tools. Their curiosity, the way that they want to learn, their passion about those things. So these are the things that we're actually looking in people. I think that what's the most important thing that we as an organization are doing, and it's especially this time, is to adapt quickly to the changes, because every day you have a new model comes out. Every day there's a new technology. We have to keep up with everything. So adapting very, very fast is a crucial thing for us. So speaking of adapting, Wix has all been being in a mindset of waiting is not an option. Okay, because we could have gone to the place where let's wait and see what stabilizes and see what products, what AI tools we can buy, but we're not doing that. We're not waiting for everyone like many other companies do. So what do you think is convincing you and us to go in that direction, because it's a lot of investment and it's very risky.
Yeah, you're totally right. The pace of change is so big that if you look on when we started to work with the technology, and then there's limitations. So we walk around the limitations. And then 2 weeks later, a new model was released that fix it. So everything we did just
throw
it, yeah. And there is a price of being an early adopter on that technology, because again, the pace is so big. But I think that even if we are doing something which is then become not relevant because somebody already solved it, there is a big benefit of getting the expertise. Okay, I think the most important thing is getting more and more people which are actually experiencing technology. You cannot just read about it, you need to use it. And I believe that companies that will have high level of experience in AI, they are the ones that will win.
But doesn't it hurt the current roadmap, the products, because we take out people from their day-to-day to do other things that are not reaching production, then we just throw away them.
Obviously it is, but I think we don't have any choice, because this is the future. And we cannot wait until technology will be ready. I'll take, for example, we started a team with super strong people that developing an internal tool for AI coding, okay? And back then when we started, we didn't see, there was Copilot, which was not good enough, so we started to do it, and we had a big vision on that, and we continue to invest on that. And just yesterday, Microsoft and Google released a tool that agent, developer agent, and OpenAI, I think, still closed, but they announced it a few days ago. So things are changing always, okay? So we cannot afford ourselves not to be in the game. The reward is so big. And if you will wait and don't get it, you just cannot keep up with the market. So we need to keep invest, knowing that sometimes we will do things that we'll just throw away, but the knowledge, this is important. We have the expertise and knowledge.
Yes, it helps us understand the tools that are actually coming out and what problems they're solved, because we had those same problems maybe a week or a month or half a year ago, and we know that these are real problems that they're solving, or just like a marketing brochure. Okay, so let's put the coding aside, because we have a product. It's a website builder. In the future, do you think websites will still exist? How website coexist with agents?
I think it's a great question. First, nobody knows. Okay, so we know that there is lots of forecast and maybe websites will not be relevant anymore. So I would say like that. First, I don't think it's going to happen so fast. So if you think about user experience, so let's say we have an amazing text and even voice experience. So you want to check your shipping status, you can just ask and it gives you a great answer. That's very good use. But if I want to explore products, okay, see things that inspire me, I cannot do it on voice, on text. So I think there is people are visual, okay, and they want to see things. So there might be transformation of what exactly will be the medium, but I don't see user experience and UI getting away.
You don't think that the visuals will be in the agents themselves?
It might be. And again, our asset as a company is not the website. It's our ability to create stunning design, user experience that people love, okay? And we need those things, okay? So I think that's one thing. And remember, we are all early adopters, okay? Think about the consumer on all the market. It will take time. They will use only text, agent, chat, whatever form it will be. So we have to think to continue and create great design-related products. And we are doing it. We just released Wixel, okay, which is non-website. Okay, it's a visual design system. And obviously we have product like the website builder and web application builders. But in parallel, If you think about it, we're already building an agent for the website. So if you think about our back office for management, we already provided our users an AI assistant. They can use AI chat base to manage their business. We also today already have a chat interface for customers to talk with the business. Now, today is chat on the website because this is the medium. But actually, the backend of that is an agent. Okay, so tomorrow there will be a new protocol, I don't know, A2A, something else. It will come. Microsoft just announced a new protocol. Then that's fine. We already have it. We have the agent that capture what businesses, the way businesses are managed, and then we can expose it. So it will not be HTML. It will be something else. That's fine. Okay. So we are there.
I think what's another thing that is very important, especially for our type of user, is the brand.
Yeah.
They can customize it. They have the look and feel the way that they want. Not just a generic AI generated interface. Even the agents, they can customize to their tone of voice and not the generic interfaces.
Yeah, that's correct. And also the business management too. So website is one side. There is big business management. We just recently released the MCP, which basically allow everyone to connect to our business vertical, to our business logic, and getting a business management on the back office. All of that is big asset that we continue and have it. Okay, so website is one part of all the equation.
Yeah, no, speaking of those, I mean, even with vibe coding, that people say, I can code now everything without knowing code. That's fine for small things, but you cannot replace platforms. You cannot replace payment system. You cannot replace shipping and stock and inventory management. The whole ecosystem, they are based on big platform that can actually manage the business behind the scene.
Yeah, lots of depth of logic and...
Yes. And domain knowledge. You have to understand the domain that you're working on. So speaking of domain knowledge, the skills, let's talk about the AI skills. What is essential skills for software engineers when you look at AI development?
So first, and you mentioned it on the recruitment, because the change is so big that even if we try to do training and so on, there is no way we can catch up. So I think self-learning, people that are able to learn by themselves, okay, it's something super critical to continue to become relevant. That we are industry that always you need to learn, okay, the tech you always learn, but the pace is so big, so every day you come the day tomorrow and you say, okay, something else came out. So
yes, we see it in the WhatsApp group every day, like tons of messages. This
Yes.
is new. This is new. This is new. This is new.
Yeah. Now another thing, we believe that we are going to a place that people will do much more. Okay, so if you used to have a team of 20 people responsible for a domain, then you can have maybe 2 people that are doing it, 3 people. So it means that each and every one need to have higher ownership, higher execution level, because they are going to be responsible to more. And also from the other side, agent and coding is great, but we know you need to control them. You need to review them. So the ability to do this deep review and making sure that you get the benefits, but you don't get all the problems, it's also something that is challenging, and people need to get that. And I will say the last thing is, we are first time in an area that we always used to have ideas, and we say, no, we need focus. Don't bring more ideas. We want focus. We have too many things we want to do.
Our bottleneck is capacity.
The bottleneck is capacity. But now it might change, okay? And if we get to the point we can do much more, then you want people that are innovative. You want people that are creative, and they can take the technology, they can take the capacity they have, and come with great ideas. So this is another thing which is very important.
Yeah, the real 10x engineers, right?
Yes. So, we spoke about innovation, we encourage in-house innovation, experimental, and we know the technology in some cases is still not perfect. How we can balance, provide the people with the ability to do innovation, but, we have production, we have high standard of engineering. How we make sure that this work together?
Yeah, so we don't give everything everything to do whatever they want, right? We foster innovation, and we actually find this happens in every company. Yeah, you have the small number of very passionate people that they want to experiment, and this is essentially what we want. So we are taking them, and it's a very small number. Let them run free with whatever they want to experiment, to innovate, to think about new ideas. But they have the responsibility to come back and to tell us what they think should work. And the thing that we see that have a high impact, then we start building small teams around them, trying to identify the high impact things and not just, okay, this is fun, but it has low impact. Test them, validate our assumptions with the team, and then release that to everyone at high scale. But the fact that we're releasing is not just the tools, right? You mentioned that in the beginning. We're doing the mind shift, we're doing the training. So this is new technology. We created over 100 sessions to engineer, to teach them about every aspect of AI, from the mundane, what is AI, to how LLM and architecture work, and how neural network work, and the protocols around MCP and A2A and everything, what tools we are getting, what tools they're having, and also sharing knowledge between them. People that have more experience, they show and tell others that have less experience how to use the tool, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. And we try to balance between, innovation just for sake of innovation, but innovation that actually make an impact on the entire company. Yeah. But innovation is not just the R&D. We're from the engineering and R&D, and it started this whole revolution, and we started from the R&D. But it's not just the R&D. What kind of collaborating practices and other guilds in Wix are happening, and the collaboration between the R&D and them?
Yeah, so, it must work together, because let's say we are doing an amazing job and the engineering is 10x more productive. But if product and UX and content and all other design are not in there, then there is a bottleneck and we don't get the value. So basically it's a cross-company effort, and we have every guild in the company already started to look on what they need to do on their domain or their profession to become much better. But we also started a cross-company, cross-guild work to try to see all our workflow and understand if we need to reshape them. We need to do them differently, because obviously it's not just about making each and every one better and continue to work in the same way. There is things that are going to be changed that allow us to do more things with that two same people doing wider stuff. So this is something that we are working. And also there is, some of the guilds, they are not technical, so they don't have the engineering power to develop such of the tools. So we're also building an AI infra, a small team that can help them develop the tools they need and also allow us to do it in a unified way. So you don't want each profession to have a different tool, because you want people to be able to do things on different professions. So if I have a product and I have a tool for product, but maybe I want to check something on the data. So I don't want a different tool for the BA or different tool for the UX. So we will try to make it in a way that everything is working together.
Work on the intersections between professions.
Yes.
Well, product can do a lot of things in UX, for instance, and UX with UI and backend and frontend. So it's important to have those tools speak with each other.
Yeah. So you spoke about it being adapted on AI, but actually, if we look on the recent years, there is lots of uncertainty. We had obviously the corona, which did huge change of the way of working and things like that. But also, unfortunately, we had the war in Ukraine that started and didn't finish. It's still running. with lots of changes that we have on that, and also we have it in Israel also. It's still running, with people going to reserve and all the projects that they have around. How it's like to navigate, the organization during this, like chaos and uncertainty.
Yes, well, unfortunately, we have a lot of experience doing that. Like you said, it's been 5 years that we are operating in an uncertainty. With the COVID in 2020, and then Ukraine, and then the October 7th war, and even with the economy, with the global economy that is changing with tariffs and uncertainty. So the one thing that we've learned is to be attentive, to be agile. Wix is first and foremost a people's company. So that's our most important asset, and this is what we're taking care of. And I'll give an example, unfortunate one, but it is an example. On October 8th, 2023, we built this new great campus. And on October 8th, everybody were supposed to come for the first time to the campus. So we planned a big celebration, a big event that we're coming to the new campus. And unfortunately, on October 7th, the war started. So immediately we have changed our mindset. Instead of bringing employees into the office, is to taking care of our people and have them do things for themselves, for their families, and for the country. We changed the whole campus. Instead of a party, it became a logistics center where we sent food and supplies to our soldiers in the front or to families in need. We brought BCP teams and shifted knowledge.
BCP to make sure that we know how to work even if there is issues in Israel, Ukraine, Lithuania, and every place.
Yes, to build redundancies in other offices that we have in Lithuania, for instance, to transfer knowledge.
So this was also amazing how people from other places immediately come and suggest their help.
Yes, it was amazing. That's the first thing they did. They called us and said, "What can we do to help?" Even though we are across the sea. And actually, we saw that first allow people to do those kind of activity and not worry about work. It actually helped them to feel meaningful, and also it helped for their emotional strength. We also changed our entire company's roadmap. We paused roadmap. We focused only on the most important thing until we get back to this routine when the crisis was over. But these things really demonstrate, how agile we were. Unfortunately, even with war, even with Ukraine. When the Ukraine war started, we sent 3 airplanes to get people out of Ukraine, and it was done in a matter of hours that we managed to arrange it.
So people first.
People first, always people first. So we're almost at the end of this session. Let's talk about regret. What is something that you, as a manager, used to do things and no longer believe
in? So I think as managers, we're trying, we used, in order to make the teams very effective, we used to be trying to make things very clear on each and every one of the team, what is his role and responsibility, okay? So you are the backend developer and you're the front end, there is the product and the way it should work, that they need to provide something in the specific way and you need to get it, and then do and move it to the other team member, because this is create more efficiency. Okay, because people want to have most of the people want to have very clear understanding of what I need to do, what is my role, what is my responsibilities. But I think that we're getting to a place that this is not relevant anymore. Okay, and as a manager, we should stop aiming of creating those clear guidance, clear roles, because what we're going to see is actually people that were able to cross the boundaries, that I'm not limited to only one stuff. And I want a culture that allowing this, that I'm not afraid to do something that is responsible, is being to other people's responsibility. I'm okay with doing that, with making sure that I can do wider stuff. So this is something that I think that as a managers, we need to stop doing, okay? And we need to encourage people to be in this place of, it's fine not to be very clear boundaries, okay?
So what about the expertise? If you're doing a lot of things, are you an expert of none?
No, I do think we need experts. We must have experts, and experts need to do the deep stuff and new challenges and so on. But on the day-to-day, there are many places for people that can do more, and they should not blocked by the boundaries of I am not that. The other thing that we used to do a lot is trying to reduce uncertainty. Okay, so we're always saying, reduce uncertainty, the team need to know exactly what's going on. If they have less uncertainty, they will be more productive, which is true. We are human. But I think we're getting to a place that we cannot do it. Okay, the uncertainty is so big everywhere. Okay, in the market, there is no one company, one industry, one profession that can say, I know exactly what's going to happen in my profession in the next 5 years. So this is another thing we need to see, how we make people being comfortable with uncertainty, okay, and not trying to fight the uncertainty, because it's something that we want to be honest with people.
Yeah, that is very, very hard to manage the expectation, even disappointment. You know, you started something and then the market shifted or a new technology came and just shifted everything around. We might need to stop things from doing, and you already invested a lot of in these things.
Yes, so we need people to get more comfortable with that. That's fine. That's the new reality.
Well, it was fun having this discussion. Very interesting.
You know, AI now is so fun, so innovative. So it was great to talk with you about it.
Yes. Thank you for this broadcast.
Thank you.